heading into match day number 2, we go now over in Group D as 2 losers try to bounce back at the first bloody attempt. Will they get the first victory? We're talking about Poland. We're talking about Austria. We're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about previewing Group D encounter between Poland and Austria over in Euro 2024. And we'll get to it in a second. If you do where you've been, smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for Euro 2024 is right here under one Ruski. Second chance saloon for both Poland and, of course, Austria heading into a most important game for both these two nations if they want to still be here in the knockout stages. We'll get into it, all of it, in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash that subscribe. We're looking for 50 likes on these videos. Can we get it? That's all down to you. Costs you absolutely nothing. Just smash that like. Gives a good a boost to the channel, gives a boost to the video, and actually gives you more content in regards to Euro 2024. So just do that, and that'll be absolutely fantastic. So let's get into the deep end and have a look at what we're talking about. We're talking about this. It is Poland, it is Austria, and it's coming at you on the 21st of June over in Berlin. Berlin, they say. Of course, Poland qualified as playoff path A winners. Of course, they secured their spot quite late in the game, 26th of March 2024. They've been here 5 times in the past with Michael as the manager. Robert Lewandowski is, of course, the star man. We didn't see him last time. Might be time to unleash the beast this time around. They are in Group D, where at the start of the tournament they were, of course, 10-1 to win the group, 5-4 to qualify, and of course to win the whole thing they were 150-1. Now coming here right now, hot off the press, it is still 150-1 for Poland to win the tournament. They've not drifted out. They've not closed in, but my expectation is a group stage elimination. We do know now, of course, what Poland are in for, and they're in for a tough one. And I think we're heading into a game that must be categorized as must not lose. The winner of this will have a good chance to get into the knockout stages. And Poland did open up their account with a 2-1 loss to the Dutch. I thought the Polish they grew into that game, didn't they? They, of course, gave the Dutch something to think about. And that was without Lewandowski. So maybe with, of course, a more clinical front man, they might be able to get a little bit more closer to the mark with that important victory. And I think it's none and more so than in this match when they take on Austria, both sides coming into this on the back of defeats. Now, let's talk about the ultimate question here, a draw here between these two sides. Again, just like in other scenarios, when you come into this on the back of a defeat, is more than likely gonna possibly eliminate you. And I'd say actually a draw here is not good enough for Poland. I don't see them beating France. That's of course the bottom line. I do think Austria can challenge the Dutch. So realistically, the Austria have an extra life here. So I think this game is more vital to Poland than it is to Austria. Because I think we'll talk about Austria in a second, but Poland, despite being okay against the Dutch, they weren't fantastic, and I don't think they're going to have enough quality in the end. Speaking of quality, here are the key players for Poland. Of course, Szczesny between the sticks, vital, absolutely vital. The likes of Moder, of course. We've got Zwindiski, Lewandowski should be back. Buxa up top, I think, did okay in the last match, so maybe we'll see him alongside Lewandowski. Let's take a look then at my expected starting 11. Alrighty then, let's take a look at the starting 11 for me for Poland. We have, of course, Szczesny between the sticks, Salomon, Dawidowicz, Wałkiewicz, Zielinski, Frankowski, Moder, Zawilski, Petrowski, Lewandowski, and Karol Zbudurski up top. That's my expected lineup. Of course, we might not get that. Of course, we'll see how we get on with, of course, our assumptions. Let me know what you think about the team, if it will be around about that or different. Let's take a look, though, at their opposition, and it is Österreich. That's right. They're coming at you as Group F runners-up. They qualified on the 16th of October, 2023. They've been here 3 times in the past, and Ralf Ragnick is doing a fantastic job with the Austrians, and I would say they're a little bit hard done by not getting anything out of that game against Le France. Christopher Baumgart, now, of course, he was the man that could have give the Austrians a share of the spoils with a breakaway opportunity against the French. They are in Group D, of course, where they were 8-1 to win the group, 11-10 on to qualify, and 80-1 to lift the trophy. Austria have actually shortened their odds now a little bit closer to 66-1, so maybe they've won a few few fans over with that performance. And my expectation is a last 16 berth for Austria. I think that's the minimum they would hope to get from this one. But it's going to be a tricky old little task. They come into this on the back of that 1-0 loss against France. That was kind of like the free hit, really. And they gave themselves a good account of themselves in that match. They were a little bit hard done by. And of course, they'll go into the next two games. And I think they're both winnable games. So realistically, Austria have a good chance to at least challenge for top two here, depending on what goes on with the French against the Dutch. That could prove to be massive. Because if the French and the Dutch were to draw, and of course Austria were to win here, they could actually challenge the French for top spot. We'll see. That's, of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're talking about, of course, the Poland here first, and Poland could be party poopers extraordinaire. That's, of course, on the 21st of June. Then, of course, the Austria will take on the Dutch on the 25th of June as well. So currently they find themselves bottom, but it is early bloody days. Let's take a look at the squad then for the Austrians, the likes of Kevin Danzo in the back, Wobber as well, Maweny, Zabitzer, Grealish, Baumgartner, Arnautovic, of course, and Andreas Weimann, free agent out there. Of course, that's the squad. What about, of course, the team? Well, we're going to go with this lineup then, shall we? Coming at you right here, right now. We've got Lindner, Maweny, Wobber, Danzo, Posch, Lehmer, Baumgartner, Grealish, Zabitzer, Gregotish, and Arnautovic to start. He didn't start, I don't think, against the French, but maybe it's time to unleash him from the get-go. Let's take a look then at the match itself, coming at you on the 21st of June at the Olympic Stadion in Berlin. Poland against Austria will meet for the 6th time since 2004. The previous 5 have been victorious for Poland. They picked up 3 wins, a couple of draws as well, no wins for Austria. 83% form for Poland right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. Meanwhile, Austria coming in is on 75% form for them right now. Ignore that last that stat there, but they're, of course, back-to-back games without a win. So take that from what you will. The most recent match between these two sides was back in September 2019. It was a European Cup qualifying game. It was a 0-0 draw over in Poland. Poland, of course, unbeaten against Austria over the last 5 matches. You've got to go a long time, I think, beyond there to see if Austria have ever picked up a win over Poland. So we'll see about that as well. Take a look then at the bookies odds here. The bookies have got 29-10 for Poland, 2019 on for Austria. They're going with Ragnick's boys. 5-2 is the draw. The public vote, though, also back in Austria is 63% of the vote. Poland, 29% of the vote, and the draw is at 8. What about me then? Of course, focus switches to me, and on this one, it is must win territory for, you would say, Poland here. I just don't think they've got enough quality across the board. I thought Austria were organised, very fit, very up for it, and a little bit hard done by in the last game. They'll take out the revenge, I feel, against Poland in this one, who, again, remember how they qualified. They qualified last chance saloon. So I think Austria, on merit, will get through this 2-1 win, 3 points in the bag, and then put a little bit of pressure, the squeeze on the Dutch for at least top 2, and maybe even challenge the French for number 1 spot, despite losing against Bonjour in the last one. That's my take. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this one as we look forward to match number 2, and of course returning for match number 3. Can the Poles or the Austrians challenge? We'll see about that. We'll see you soon. Until then, get the likes in. 50 likes, we are done.